Stay back. Stay back, why? What's your reasoning? What's your reasoning? Why should we stay back? We've witnessed this multiple times in this city. Yes, we have. Yes, from multiple law enforcement agencies. When people do, people die. So you know the answer. When people don't do jack, man.
CNN's Priscilla Alvarez is with us now. And Priscilla, you're learning today this wasn't actually Alex Preddy's first confrontation with federal agents that day.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Brianna. My colleague Jeff Winter and I have learned through our sources that Alex Preddy had an encounter with federal agents a week before he was fatally shot in Minneapolis this past Saturday. Now, according to sources, Preddy had stopped his car after seeing ICE agents chase what he described as a family. He began shouting and blowing his whistle. In that incident, he was tackled by 5 agents, one of whom leaned on his back, and that left him with a broken rib. This source saying, quote, that day, he thought he was going to die. Now, Preddy was later given medication consistent with a broken rib, according to records that CNN has reviewed. But all of this indicates that, again, he had an encounter prior, an aggressive encounter prior to this past Saturday. I've also been told that federal law enforcement was aware of him. It's unclear, however, if the officers, when they tackled him to the ground, knew who he was. Now, a Department of Homeland Security spokesperson says that they have no record of this earlier incident that we are reporting on. And similarly, this seems to be part of the federal immigration officers also collecting personal information of protesters and agitators that they have encountered in these operations. Of course, this also comes within the context of the Department of Homeland Security saying that their officers are also at risk as they've conducted these operations. And even just this morning, putting out an online tip form for people to fill out for anyone harassing officers. Now, the White House Border Guard Tom Homan has also said that there would be a database of anyone they arrested impeding law enforcement. The Department of Homeland Security, however, saying that there is no database, and I'm quoting here, when our law enforcement encounter a violent agitator who is breaking the law, obstructing law enforcement, or assaulting them, our law enforcement make records to advance prosecution. This is not groundbreaking. It is standard protocol. Standard protocol on what has been a really unprecedented landscape for the officers who are working in Minneapolis and for the people, the protesters, and everyone else who has been folded into it.
You're also learning about this 2-hour meeting that President Trump had with DHS Secretary Kristi Noem, who's quite embattled at the moment. What are you learning?
This is the meeting that occurred yesterday in the Oval Office. According to reporting from our Elena Treen, their jobs were not threatened, that of the Homeland Security Secretary, yes, and top aide. But you have to look at the whole picture here. So this meeting came as the president dispatched his White House Border Guard Tom Homan. Tom Homan and Kristi Noem have a very tense relationship. They generally do not speak with one another. And when Bavino, the top Border Patrol official who had the stamp of approval of Kristi Noem, was sent back to his sector from Minneapolis. So if you look at the totality of circumstances, this really revealed some of the tensions that had been underlying the administration's immigration policy. And again, we've reported that the president has generally been happy with Kristi Noem, also has continued to say today that he has confidence in her, but she is also the leader of the department who came out in the aftermath of this shooting, and her narrative did not match what was seen in videos, and it was that public response that also fueled a lot of frustration within her own department. So again, based off the reporting, their jobs don't seem to be at risk at this moment, but certainly when you take in everything that's happened over the last 24 hours, you can see the underlying tensions reveal themselves here.
Yeah, she'd said that Preddy attacked officers, that was her word, that he was brandishing a gun, and so far no video that we've seen so far supports her claims. Very important to note. Priscilla, thank you so much. Really appreciate the reporting. And still to come, with anger still fresh in Minneapolis, President Trump is in Iowa to talk about the economy. We will be looking at his message to Americans as so many are struggling with the affordability crisis. Plus, the White House now calling lawmakers on Capitol Hill, hoping to reach a deal to try to avoid this partial government shutdown. We say partial, but we're talking about a huge part of the government. Will Democrats play hardball over Department of Homeland Security funding? Then later, an emotional hearing in Washington as the NTSB lays out what caused that fatal collision over the Potomac River 1 year ago this week. We have that and much more coming up on CNN News Central.
Ooh, a suggestion box.
Yeah, CNN put it in last night.
I've been stuffing it full of pieces of paper that say, make